Have you noticed how things always start piling up at the end of the year? More gift bags, more cookie boxes, more decorations. Everything comes in, but almost nothing goes out. This year, instead of adding more, I decided to quietly start boxing up the things we no longer need. And with every little box, the house feels a bit lighter. So does my mind. I'm making this video because every December I can feel the house closing in. The rooms feel full, my head feels busy. But with just a few intentional sessions of putting things away, that pressure lifts. It is not about throwing things out. It is about creating space for what matters now. Today I'm sharing how I decide what to box up where I start, and why this small reset helps me feel more in control heading into the new year. If you're hoping to step into the new year with a lighter space and a calmer mind, come do this with me. Let's start with the easiest place to feel overwhelmed, the closet. If you're anything like me, there are clothes in there you haven't touched in months, maybe even a year. They just hang there quietly, taking up space, waiting for one day that never really comes. So for this end-of-year reset, I start here. I open my closet and pull out anything I didn't wear in the past season. That one dress I keep thinking I'll wear to brunch but never do. The jeans I keep just in case I lose a few pounds. The tops that looked cute in theory but always get passed over. If I haven't reached for it in 6 months, chances are I won't miss it. There are also those in-between items, like summer clothes that are still sitting out in winter. Instead of letting them take up space, I fold them up and box them. I label it clearly and tuck it away so I can bring it back out when it's actually useful again. It's not about getting rid of everything, it's about making the closet easier to use right now. And then there are the sneaky little things, socks that don't match underwear, that stretched out towels that are just tired. Those count too. The small stuff can quietly crowd our drawers and make even simple tasks feel like more effort. So I go through those with the same mindset. If it's not something I feel good reaching for, it goes in the donate or discard pile. What I love about starting with clothes is that it gives me a small but powerful win. It's not emotional like baby toys or old photos. It's just clothes. But when I open the closet the next day and see space, I feel different. I feel like I'm ahead of the clutter, not buried under it. So if you're not sure where to begin, start here. With what you wear, or more honestly, what you don't. And once I've finished going through the closet, that little spark of momentum usually kicks in. It makes me want to keep going, not just one drawer or shelf, but the whole house. Room by room, mess by mess. That's exactly what we'll be doing in the next video. A full-day, real-life cleaning session. Nothing staged. Just the kind of everyday mess that builds up when you're home a lot and life is full. If you need the motivation to clean alongside someone who gets it, you'll want to join me for that one. But for now, if starting with your closet gave you even a little sense of progress, that's already a win. After I finish with the closet, the next spot I always end up at is the toys. It's one of those areas that just fills up quietly. One birthday here, one party bag there, and suddenly every bin is overflowing. This part always takes me a little longer. Not because it's hard to do, but because it brings up a lot. Toys come with memories. I'll pick something up and instantly remember who they were when they loved it. The little fire truck that went everywhere with us. The kitchen set that turned into hours of pretend pancakes. Even if it's been untouched for months, something about it still feels special. But here's what I remind myself. My job isn't to keep everything. It's to make room for who they are now. So when I go through their toys, I try to be kind but honest. I start with the easy stuff, anything broken, anything missing pieces. Then I look at what they've clearly outgrown. Baby toys. Random little things from goodie bags that just end up dumped in a drawer. Sometimes I'll let them choose a few favorites to keep. Other times I do it on my own when they're not home, especially if I know we'll end up with a whole, I forgot I had this moment. One thing that helps is a maybe box. I don't donate those toys right away. I just pack them up and set them aside. If no one asks for them after a couple weeks, they're ready to go. And honestly, once there's less stuff, they actually play more. They can see what they have. There's less arguing, less mess. And I'm not stepping on tiny things or digging through piles to find something that doesn't even exist. It's not always easy to let go of what used to matter. But clearing that space, it makes room for what matters now. Once the toys are sorted, I usually find myself in that one spot. I avoid the most the paper piles. Old schoolwork magazines, bills, manuals, random notes I scribbled on the back of receipts. It's not a glamorous part of decluttering, but it adds up more than we realize. And the thing about paper is, it hides. It hides in drawers, in tote bags, under piles on the counter. It's that one stack of "I'll go through this later" that's been sitting there since spring, and honestly, it weighs on me. Every time I see it, even just out of the corner of my eye, it adds to that quiet mental noise. So now before the year ends, I set aside one afternoon just to deal with it. Nothing fancy. Just a recycling bin, a folder or two, and a calm playlist. I start by picking up anything that's clearly expired or irrelevant. Old grocery lists, flyers, kids' artwork from 2 years ago that I already took a picture of. I've learned that I don't need to keep every little paper in order to remember something happened. Some memories live better in my mind than in a pile. With the kids' stuff, I try to be selective. I save a few of their drawings or report cards, the ones that actually mean something to them or to me. Everything else goes in the recycling pile. Sometimes I'll let them help decide. Sometimes I don't because they want to keep everything, and that's not always helpful. Magazines are another one. I used to keep them thinking I'd reread them or pull out recipes or inspiration. But truthfully, if I haven't done it by now, I'm probably not going to. So I flip through, tear out 1 or 2 things if I really love them, and the rest goes. I also keep a small folder labeled "important but not urgent." That's where I put papers I know I need to deal with eventually, but not today. That way they're not scattered everywhere and I know where to find them. What I've found is that paper clutter doesn't take up a lot of physical space, but it takes up mental space. It creates this low-level hum of, I should deal with that every time you see it. Getting it off the surfaces and into the right place or out of the house clears more than just the room. It clears my head. Once I've gone through the papers, the toys, and the clothes, I move on to something a little more emotional, the keepsakes. Things I've held on to for years, not because I use them, but because they meant something at some point. I'm talking about old birthday cards, travel souvenirs, baby clothes, notes from people I used to be close with, even little trinkets that I kept for no real reason other than, well, I might want to remember this someday. They're usually tucked away in drawers and storage bins and boxes I haven't opened in a long time. But even if they're out of sight, they're still taking up space. And more than that, they can weigh on you in ways you don't realize. This part of decluttering is never about rushing. I don't dump the whole box out and start tossing things. I sit with it. I go through one item at a time and I ask myself, does this still matter to me now? Does it bring me a good memory, or just guilt or sadness, or nothing at all? Some things are easy. A card with just a signature, a blurry photo I don't recognize, a souvenir from a trip I don't even remember that clearly. I thank it and I let it go. Other things are harder. The hospital bracelet from when my son was born. The note from a friend I lost touch with. For those, I take my time. I might keep one item that truly means something and let go of 5 others that just feel like background noise. Sometimes I take photos before I let things go. That way I still have the memory without needing to keep a physical object I never look at. And some items I'm just not ready to deal with. I give myself permission to keep those for now. What I've learned is that the less I keep, the more meaningful the things I do keep become. They don't get buried in a pile. They have their own space. And when I see them, they make me smile instead of feel weighed down. After dealing with sentimental things, I like to switch gears and do something more straightforward, like going through all my beauty and personal care stuff. That means the bathroom drawers, the shelf in the shower, the makeup bag I've been avoiding, and sometimes even that little basket next to my bed. It's the products I use daily, and the ones I forgot I even owned. This category adds up fast. Sample-size creams, half-used lotions, expired sunscreen lipsticks. I never wear 10 different shampoos that all made my hair just okay. We hold on to them because we paid money for them, or because we think I might use this someday, even though that someday rarely comes. So here's how I do it. First, I check expiration dates. Skincare and makeup go bad, and using them past their prime isn't good for your skin anyway. If I haven't used something in a year and it smells a little off or the texture's weird, it goes. Next, I'm honest about what I actually like and use. That bold lipstick I thought I'd try but never reached for. It's not coming with me into the new year. The body lotion I can't stand the smell of gone. I remind myself that keeping a drawer full of things I don't use doesn't make me more prepared. It just makes me more frustrated every time I open it. Sometimes I'll group things I do love: my go-to cleanser, the hair mask that actually works, and give them their own little section. So when I reach for something, it's easy. I can see it, I can find it, and I'm not digging past a bunch of clutter. And if I find a few unopened, still good products that I know I won't use, I'll set them aside to donate or offer them to a friend who might love them more than I do. When this area is clear, I actually want to take better care of myself. I enjoy getting ready. My nighttime routine feels calming instead of chaotic. And most importantly, I'm not starting or ending my day with a pile of products that don't work for me anymore. Less clutter in the bathroom doesn't just make things look better, it makes you feel better too. Once the bathroom is done, I like to head into the kitchen. I go through the cabinets and drawers to find the kitchen tools and gadgets I'm just not using anymore. We all have them. That waffle maker we used once. The blender that doesn't really work anymore. The 5 identical spatulas when we always reach for the same one. Mugs from events we don't even remember. Old water bottles, mismatched lids, takeout containers we swore we'd reuse but never did. The kitchen is a sneaky clutter zone because it still functions even when it's full. But when I really look, I realize how many things are just taking up space and making it harder to find what I actually use. So I pull everything out of one drawer or shelf at a time. I ask myself, when was the last time I used this? If I can't remember, or if it only gets used once a year, it probably doesn't need to stay in my everyday space. Some things get donated. A small appliance that still works, but we don't need. Someone else might love it. A pile of random plastic containers with no matching lids. That's trash. I also go through duplicate tools because I really don't need 3 peelers and 4 sets of tongs. This is also the time I check for anything chipped, cracked, or just not safe to use anymore. We sometimes hold on to things out of habit, but they aren't serving us anymore. And having fewer tools makes cooking feel less stressful. I can open a drawer and see everything clearly. One trick that helps is creating a rarely used bin for seasonal or occasional tools like cookie cutters or the big serving platter we only use at holidays. I box those up and store them out of the way. That way, they're not in the mix every day. When the kitchen feels lighter, so does meal prep. I'm not spending extra time digging through drawers or reorganizing every week. Everything I reach for has a place, and I actually enjoy being in the kitchen more. Decluttering here isn't about having a Pinterest-worthy space. It's about making everyday tasks easier, and that makes a big difference. After the kitchen, I like to do one more area that's easy to overlook but always ends up crowded: the entryway, or wherever you keep your shoes, jackets, and bags. For us, it's a mix of the hallway closet and a couple of storage bins near the front door. This space gets messy without me realizing it. Coats we no longer wear, shoes that don't fit anyone, bags I haven't touched in over a year. Somehow, it just keeps growing, especially with kids in the mix. So I do a simple sweep. I pull everything out, one coat at a time, one pair of shoes, one bag, and ask, have we used this in the past season? If not, I set it aside. Shoes are usually the first thing to go. Worn out sneakers, sandals, missing a match, boots that don't fit anymore. They take up a lot of space and rarely get noticed until the floor is a mess. I keep what still fits and gets worn, and the rest goes in the donate or toss pile. For coats, I look at what's been hanging for months untouched. That bulky winter jacket no one wants to wear, the kids' coats that are too small, the light spring jackets that are somehow still here in December. I keep just what we actually reach for and move anything out of season to another closet or storage bin. And then the bags, this one always surprises me. I tend to hold on to old totes, backpacks, purses I don't even like anymore, just in case. But let's be real, I use the same 1 or 2 all year. So I keep those and let go of the ones that are worn out, broken, or just not my style anymore. I also keep a small donation box nearby while I do this. That way, I'm not tempted to shove things back just in case. When this area is cleared out, getting out the door feels easier. Less searching for shoes. Less mom. Where's my jacket? It saves time, reduces stress, and honestly just makes the whole house feel calmer, starting right from the front door. The last place I always try to tackle is what I call the catch-all zones. You know, the spots in your home where random stuff just lands. For some people, it's the junk drawer in the kitchen. For others, it's that one chair in the bedroom that somehow turns into a clothes mountain. Maybe it's the hallway shelf, the top of the washer, or the corner of the dining room table that's always collecting male water bottles, random chargers, and stuff no one wants to claim. These spots don't seem like a big deal, but they mess with your energy more than you think. Because every time you walk past them, there's that little voice in your head that says, "Ugh, I need to deal with that." And if you're already overwhelmed, even looking at it adds to the noise. So here's what I do. I pick one drop zone at a time. I don't try to do them all in one day. I set a timer for 15 or 20 minutes. Grab a trash bag, a donate bag, and a belong somewhere else bin, and I just start sorting. Usually half the stuff is trash or recycling. Receipts, broken pens, random packaging. The rest just needs to go back where it belongs. Chargers to the office, hair ties to the bathroom, school papers to the kids' folders. Every time I do this, I realize I don't need more baskets or bins. I just need less stuff living in limbo. What helps is giving everything a home and being honest about what I actually want to keep. If it doesn't have a purpose, or if it's just floating around with no real reason, I let it go. And here's the thing. Clearing just one of these messy little zones makes the whole room feel lighter. Even if the rest of the space isn't perfect, that corner no longer pulls my attention in a stressful way. It feels like peace in a very small and practical way. So that's it for today's Reset 8 small but powerful spots to declutter and box up before stepping into the new year. None of them are dramatic on their own, but together, they've made such a difference in how my home feels. Lighter, calmer, easier to be in. If you're still in the mood to clean after this, you'll want to stick around because in the next video, I'm taking you through a full house clean. Top to bottom, all the corners, all the chaos. It's one of those real-life cleaning days where the mess is everywhere and the goal is just to bring it all back to manageable. So if you need a little motivation to move through your own space, that one's for you. If this video helped you feel even a little more ready for the new year, go ahead and give it a like or share it with someone who might need the same gentle push. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe so we can keep decluttering and calming things down together. Thanks so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.